Today's session is on digital marketing. Our keynote speaker, Metasebia, is a very busy entrepreneur, and we really thank her for taking the time to come and speak to us today. So let's welcome her. Welcome. Thank you again. Everybody might know you as the person who spearheaded Design Week Addis. So we'll have to start asking her about the genesis of Design Week Addis, how it was started, how, since its launch, how it has come, how far it has come.
Okay, thank you. So Design Week Addis was founded in 2015. And it started just actually kind of selfishly. I had just moved to Ethiopia, and I was a creative. I was working in communications, PR, doing a little bit design, and I noticed that there wasn't really a sense of community for the creatives. So usually when there's no community, there's no collaboration, there's no sharing of resources. So selfishly, to help myself, I said, okay, we got to start kind of connecting. So I started Design Week to kind of create that sense of community for the creative industries. But then also secondary to that was I noticed that the way that the creative industries and arts and culture in general was regarded, at least then. I mean, now it's kind of hot and sensational. But then in 2015, it was really seen as like a luxury. So I was kind of shocked when I was talking about Design Week and kind of pitching Design Week to different partners and collaborators. And they're like, well, I'm not into fashion. I'm like, no, this is design. Design is everything. Design is your clothes, your packaging, your website, your car. We're talking about everything. And that was not really had caught on. Now, I'm happy to say I can hear the word design on everybody's lips. And I would like to think I contributed to that change.
You did. But if there was one key challenge that you say was the biggest hurdle that you had to overcome, what was it? Specifically as a woman business owner, or generally operating like a returnee?
Yeah. I think specifically in regards to Design Week, the biggest challenge obviously was kind of access to finance or financial support for it. Design Week is an event that takes place all over the world, in capital cities all over the world. So the other Design Weeks get support from the government. They get a fund because it's cultural tourism. It's setting up entrepreneurs, and it's a big marketing platform. So here I was not able to get that support, so I had to kind of fundraise in a different kind of way.
Bootstrapped?
Yes. Bootstrapped. But I learned a lot of amazing lessons that have helped me to this day. And one of which was the power of relationships.
Yes.
በየሳምንቱ አዳዲስ ምርቶችን ከቀስተ ደመና ያገኛሉ።
I've followed Design Week since its launch, and I've seen it morphed and partner with Dink. As of late, we see the presence of Dink TV. It seems strategic. I want you to elaborate on how that process was. Like, is it a platform that you wanted to use to amplify what you started, or is there any other strategic consideration?
So it's interesting. I think Dink came about when I was really burnt out and done with Design Week. So the labor of Design Week, every year we do this amazing event for 1 week. It's like this hit smash for the week. And then after the week is over, it's dead. Nothing. So, the cycle of this big boom and nothing becomes exhausting. So when I was kind of like almost ready to sell Design Week, I was literally talking to people about selling it. I had this moment, and actually my business partner, Bobby, was like, don't sell it. You cannot sell it. You started this. And so even as he was getting ready to invest in Design Week, I said, no, we have to transform the concept of what Design Week is at its core, which is focused on youth, the creative sector, everything that's exciting happening here locally. So I said, okay, he's into media. He has his own film and production company. So could I create a brand that embodies everything that Design Week is at its core, but then keeps the conversation going, right? So it was strategic, yes.
Yeah, good. I think I have one question from our members that are RSVP'd. How is it working with partner?
So with a partner, I'm lucky enough to have, I call Bobby my work husband. And it's true because
your husband doesn't get jealous?
He doesn't. And I have the best husband because he's very supportive. And I really wouldn't be able to do a lot of this without him. But I call Bobby my work husband because partnership is really like a marriage.
Yes.
Whether it's a male or a female, legally binding partner. So it's important when you pick a partner in your life or in your business that you align, your personalities align. And even if you have kind of different kind of personalities, different strengths and weaknesses, I think you have to be aligned in the vision, right? So it's not to say that we don't always, we may not always see eye to eye, but I think we see general direction is the same. So that is important. So I'm not sure if I answered the question.
No, you did.
about what it is to have this kind of partner. Yeah.
Yes. So working with a partner is always a question that comes up with our members.
I think like any relationship, it's about compromise, communication, kind of aligning your dreams.
Definitely. Currently, every business operates in a very evolving digital, landscape, and it's playing a crucial role in every business. What advice do you offer, especially to women business owners looking to increase their visibility and their reach?
I like to start at the end and work my way backwards. So I like to think of first I like to really understand what my product is, like really what sets my product or my service apart from anybody else. So once I'm really secure on that aspect and I can really communicate that to myself, then I start working back about, okay, well, how do I demonstrate that? Am I demonstrating it visually? Is it through image? Is it through writings? Is it through text? Is it through collaborations? Is it through events? So that I have to start at really what it is and then how to communicate it. So, obviously the digital landscape is very noisy. It can be very competitive. But I feel like there is room for everyone. You just really have to be kind of authentically yourself.
Okay. I'm glad you said that because I had one question also from our members that wanted to know, how do you distinguish, like when you brand a company, how do you distinguish branding your personality versus your company's branding or promotion?
Yeah. So I think with the brand of the company, there's different things that you're trying to communicate. With yourself, it's a little bit more personal. And so the two can align, but they don't necessarily have to be the same expression, if that makes sense.
For someone with limited resources, that they want to focus their advertising differently, what advice do you have, like where their efforts should be? What's the biggest impact in this digital landscape? Is it social media, search engine optimization, content marketing? Like what is, like someone who has a very limited budget?
Yeah.
I want to have a digital visibility.
I think honestly, it's a mix of all of them, and there's no like prescribed one catch-all for everybody, right? So there's going to be a different prescription for, the Medanits is different for every diagnosis. But I would say that I would be surprised, and I'm usually out in the streets looking at things because I'm into marketing. I'm Googling, and you would be shocked how many people don't even have a website. They don't even have even places to eat. I can't even get a menu to order. Like the basic 101. So I feel like people are really thinking more and more when really the basics and the fundamentals have not been there. So I would start there with the digital side. So make sure my digital presence is secure.
Your company at least has a website.
As a website, a landing page, a Telegram page. People are rocking it with Telegram.
Yes.
So if you cannot even afford a website, Telegram is free.
Yes.
So you can create a Telegram page and collect your community there.
Yeah.
But then once you collect your community, well, what are you saying that to them? And how often are you saying it? What's the frequency of your posting? So really, that's why I said start at the end of like, well, who am I and what do I have to say? And then figure out how to say it.
እንኳን ደህና መጡ። አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲስን ስለመረጡ እናመሰግናለን። ይዘንልዎት የመጣናቸውን ልዩ አማራጮች ይመልከቱ። ይህ ከኢንቨስትመንትም በላይ ስሙ የሚጠራበት ጥሪት ሀብቶ ነው። ወደኛ ሲመጡ ሂደቱን በአይኑ በብረቱ እንዲመለከቱ እኛው ራሳችን ወደ ሳይቶ እንወስዶታለን። በግዝፈትም ሆነ በጥራት እንዲህ አይነት ሪል ስቴት አይተው እንደማያውቁ ስነግሮ በኩራት ነው። ወደ ዋና መስሪያ ቤታችን ሲመጡ በፍቅር እጃችንን ዘርግተን እንቀበሎታለን። የግዢ ሂደቱን በማቅለል ማወቅ የሚፈልጉትን መረጃ አሰናድተናል። በስተመጨረሻም የነገ ማረፊያውን በአሚባራ ለማድረግ ስለፈቀዱ እያመሰገንን ቁልፉን በደስታ እናስረክቦታለን። በሀገሮት ምድር ከሚገኘው ተመራጭ የሪል ስቴት መንደር ውስጥ የቤት ባለቤት ስለሆኑ እንኳን ደስ ያሉት። አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲስ በልዩነት የተገነባ።
I want to go back to Design Week. What criteria do you use to select your exhibitors?
That's interesting. I have never turned anyone away.
Yeah.
Because it's free to present. I mean, there is paid options because we do want to be sustainable, but in our application there is a button for people who can't afford to pay. So for those people, we find a way to make sure that they can exhibit some way somehow. There's so many learnings that come from being able to connect with your peers, being able to tap into the right customer base. So people, the audience members who come are interested in design. So already that helps this young entrepreneur, creative entrepreneur. So the criteria is the passion.
Yes.
So that's really the first place to start. Is like, do you want to participate in this? Do you want to?
You go out and scout, but they also approach you.
I definitely go out and scout because we want to keep Design Week kind of fresh and on presenting the latest and the new.
Yes.
But then we also have to make room for people who just want to be exposed and want the platform.
Yeah. I do see some repeats and I do see some new designs.
Yes.
It's always exciting to be part of it. Definitely. So is there a specific focus on Ethiopian design, or you have a vision of a broader international scope?
I think with Design Week, it's very much focused on exposing local creative design and creative talent to the rest of the world, but we're also open to exchanges, collaborations. So, but with Dink, we're more kind of Pan-African.
Yes.
So we want to export our local content better.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This is asked by one of our members also. What options do you entertain on time of uncertainties?
I think, just learning how to pivot.
Yeah.
Always, like, even when we're doing media production, I'm always telling my team, okay, what's plan A, B, C? Because they'll stop at A, I thought about this, but what if that doesn't happen? And what if that doesn't happen? So we have to constantly be prepared for failure.
Yeah.
As far as, the uncertainty or a kind of quicksand or building on quicksand, I get this comment a lot from people here because we do have so much uncertainty. But I kind of try to think of it like surfing. So surfing is like, you're shaking, but if you can find a groove, then you can kind of, surf the wave.
Definitely. Any sections that are unclear or you have any questions, I'll open it up
to the floor.
Yes.
I want to congratulate you on
Thank
that.
you.
But I'm not clear with what Dink is doing. Sorry. Yes.
More on Dink. Yes, more on Dink. So Dink Multimedia PLC is literally a multimedia company in the truest sense of the word. So there's a lot of multimedias. Again, we're multimedia in the sense we do full service media production. We have our own production studio. We also do events, campaigns. So we're like an agency as well. So we do a lot in the media side. And then we have Dink TV, which is our kind of our platform. So we create content for our own consumption on Dink TV, and then we're also currently looking to export that content abroad. It's free at the moment. We're currently, collecting our user base, but we're now exploring becoming kind of like a digital platform like a Netflix. So like I said, we have for ourselves, but then we also shop around our original content to other channels like Canal Plus and Arts TV and EBS. So everywhere.
Matti, will you be staying a little bit? Please, ask her. So thank you so much.